everybody, it's AJ back again. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Now before I begin, please consider subscribing, hitting that notification bell, maybe giving me a thumbs up, or leaving me a comment and I'll be sure to get back to you at some point. Now I'm here today for another Steelbook opening, talk about a film, just a little talk. 1990 film, Dolph Lundgren, Dark Angel. Yes. So before I begin, just a little bit of info about the film. Here in the UK, the film was released on July the 3rd, 1990. Now I can't remember if that had a theatrical release or if it had a straight-to-video release. I'd be inclined to go with a straight-to-video. It may have had a small theatrical window, but you know, the film runs at 91 minutes, and when it was made, it did have a budget of 7 million. So tiny amount of money, just pennies. Its worldwide gross was 4,348,000. So it wasn't a, you know, it was a bit of a flop, but I believe it found life on home video. You know, Dolph Lundgren was sort of new on the scene. You know, he'd done Rocky 4 several years before. He was doing The Punisher. You know, he'd done Masters of the Universe, this sort of thing. So yeah, so like I said, the film stars Dolph Lundgren as Detective Jack Kane, and also stars an actor called Brian Benben as FBI agent Arwood Smith. Now, obviously, Dolph Lundgren we know. Brian Benben, I remember him from a TV series that ran from 1990 to 1996 called Dream On. It's quite a risque TV series. It had a bit of nudity in it and all this sort of stuff. It actually ran for 6 seasons and ran for over 100 episodes. It was a very funny series. It was a comedy series. Worth checking out if it's available anywhere. I don't know. I haven't seen it in a long time. So on Rotten Tomatoes, that aggregate site, the critic consensus for the film has it sitting at 33%, so splat. And the audience score was 45%. So yeah, you know, but it's one of them. It's a product of its time. It's one of them 1990s films, early 90s films, action. You know, this sort of thing. The plot for the film. There's aliens in the film, obviously. The premise is basically Detective Jack Kane, Dolph Lundgren. He's one of these like brash police officers like we had in them time. He has his own rules, this sort of thing. He ends up teaming up with FBI agent Arwood Smith after his partner gets killed. Now, what's happening is there's been a lot of deaths occurring of just normal people overdosing on cocaine. People that wouldn't normally be involved with cocaine. As it turns out, you've got these aliens come down to Earth, and what they're doing is they're using cocaine, and they inject it and make people overdose, and then they're inserting this pipe thing into their forehead, quite gory, to suck out a compound that is produced in the brain that they then take away to their planet. That's a drug for them on their planet. So the concept, it's quite an interesting concept. Now, like I said, the title for the film is Dark Angel. That was the title for the film, but for the US audiences, the title was changed to I Come in Peace, because they didn't want it to get confused with a couple of other films that had the title Dark Angel or The Dark Angel. Yeah, this sort of thing. So it's a fine film. It's a lot of fun. It's, like I said, it's a product of its time. There's a lot of nostalgia factor for it because I was at that age where, you know, I'd run down to the video store, rent out, you know, latest video, or I'd go to the local Spar where they used to have a section. Do you remember that? When something like Spar had a section where you could rent films from. Yeah, and it was one of them films that I probably rented a couple of times and watched and got enjoyment out of. But we're going to have a look at this release. Yeah, it's lenticular as well. So without wasting any more time, let's get to looking at this release of it. So as you can see, here we have the Steelbook, Blu-ray Steelbook. Let me take off the wrapping before we have a look. Now obviously I am calling this a steelbook, but it's actually a metal pack. It's one of the ones with the break down the middle of the spine, so it opens like a book, more like, yeah, so it's one of them. I'm not sure, it's a German release, yeah. So let's take a look. So there we have the front cover. As you can see, it is like a lenticular style of cover. I don't know if you can see anything on that. It's not particularly great, don't get me wrong, but that doesn't come off. It's not magnetic, it is on the box itself. There's your spine. And there's your reverse. Images from the film. Dolph Lundgren there. Dolph Lundgren's very good in it. It's got a great line in the film. When he dispatches the bad guy, when a bad guy says, I come in peace, and Dolph Lundgren replies, and you go in pieces. Yeah, great line. There's your German rating there. Yeah, so let's have a look on the inside. So, open it up. I have got the DVD release sat in there that I put in. But there we go. There's the interior of the box. So there's your disc, Dolph Lundgren, Dark Angel, and there's a couple of interior shots. They do have these. They do fire these. These are like CDs almost, but they're these razor sharp discs that they fire. Yeah, it's a fun film. Good cop, bad alien, big trouble. Yeah, so it's a very fun film. It's an enjoyable 90-minute watch. I don't know, you know, some of you from that era must have seen this film. People must remember it. You know, I remember when I was in school, it was spoke about a lot. People loved it at that sort of age. But yeah, so that's it. My steelbook opening for Dark Angel, aka I Come in Peace. So yeah. So yeah, so that was my opening for Dark Angel. Dolph Lundgren with dark hair, like what he's got in The Punisher. Yeah, fantastic release. Very enjoyable film. I was going to say fantastic film, but no, it's an enjoyable film. It's a good watch. It's worth 90 minutes of your time. It's a lot of fun. Like I said, that's the spike that they stick in people's heads to extract whatever it is. Yeah. Fun film from that era. A good Dolph Lundgren film as well. So yeah, so anyway, thanks for watching. Like I said, please consider subscribing. Leaving me a comment, I'll get back to you. Also, hit that bell and give me a thumbs up. Thank you very much for your time. See you on the next one. Take care. Bye.